going to be our nightcap. We are using our Alice in Wonderland. Please excuse my thumb. Weird thing is when I have to use a lot of sanitizer through the days, consecutively, it tears into my skin. I have very sensitive skin. Anyway, my glasses are all crooked and stuff. As I said before, you're not here for my looks, you're here for the tarot, and it really doesn't matter. I have been threatening to do a reading with this deck, and every time that I wanted to, the sun would go down, because I wasn't done with work or whatever. It's so very hard to use, the lights from overhead because, some of these decks have very, very small print, very hard to see. So, let me see, setting the intention. Do I want to set the intention? Should I let our wonderful and beautiful spirit do it? I laugh because the part of spirit that we pick up on, and this is, by the way, this is the way that psychics, or if you want to call us, intuitives, which is what I like to call myself, because to be honest, we're all born psychic, but then, we get told through the years, well, why are you talking like that? You're being silly, or, that's a bunch of woo-woo, don't talk like that. So then that got knocked out of us. But then there's some of us that are born like me, that are born with the knowing, and it's not cut, it's not severed, and blah, 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 etc. So thank you so much for joining me here at, I was going to say Victoria Violet Live, Gypsy Roots Tarot and Travel. I very much appreciate you being here. Again, the rules currently for the lives is I do not talk to my beautiful audience. When I say my beautiful audience, that is the people that actually come on here to watch the tarot, and not the ones that are here to spread their craziness, that need doctors, that, the ones that have the straps and gurneys, and, the vehicles that have the sirens and all that. So for that reason, I'm going to say hello to everyone in general, and if I happen to say hello again, just excuse me as people come in. But I will not be reading anything lovely or otherwise, because then it diminishes from my tarot, and I prefer not to do that. So let's see what Spirit wants to tell us. We already have a card sideways that wanted to flip, and yeah, so let's take a look. Spirit, what do you want us to know for this reading? And as y'all notice, I've been coming on live instead of just posting my videos. I had to figure out what's going on because my YouTube uploading and everything else isn't working that great for me. And I've noticed that if I do it live, then it automatically erases all the trolls comments, so your signature is gone and you don't get your 15 minutes of fame. And then also it uploads by itself, so I don't have to be worrying about it disappearing. Let's take a look, guys. This is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, so it may or may not resonate. When I use terms like he or her, it's talking about the energy of the tarot. So please do not think that, oh, she can't possibly be talking about me because she's saying he or she. Okay, we will use terms like karmic for people that are trolls that should not be here, but they are in some way related to a possible cross watcher. So because of that, they do get tangled up in our readings sometimes. And then we have the Libra cross watchers that do come out and very much so hijack our readings. So I just, I'm going with the flow and seeing what Spirit is bringing. Again, thank you for joining. You are welcome here if you're not a troll. Or, well, go shave your hairy ass is all I can say. And let's begin. Spirit, we would like to have a message here for our nightcap before I get into the gem. And so I don't have to worry about my nice subscribers not getting their tarot upload. We're doing it live. So please, ooh, that one went chewing. Please and thank you, Spirit. You're so lovely. I love you. All right, let's go. So we have two so far. And the way it works in my tarot land, is I pick a theme. We have the Seven of Wands and a Hangman. That is not a theme I'm willing to play with. Why? Because that would mean that automatically we are starting bad. So those are like, I don't even want to say precursors. Those are more like bumps in the road. Okay, not a flat tire, but a low tire, one that's air is escaping from. Okay, but it's still drivable. Here we go. This is a beautiful theme. Ten of Cups. Oh, all day, every day. Look at that. Alice is there. Nice. Okay, that's our theme card. Let's go with that. The Devil is here. Again, this happened to the last live that I posted about 2 hours ago. Our job is to find out, why is this here? Is this devil here because it's messing with our Ten of Cups? Or is it here because someone is obsessed with having the Ten of Cups with you? Or you yourself, as a Libra collective, could be obsessed with having the Ten of Cups in general in life, all by your lonesome. Ooh, someone is using the Hermit again. The Hermit came out last night. Ooh, this might be you trying to be smart about your finances. You have financial security coming out in your tarot. This is the Six of Coins. So as much as I'd like to say it's somebody that is, I don't know why I'm getting this energy, but it's not only saying that you yourself are trying to be financially secure and you yourself are trying to be financially wise, but it also looks like, if you see here, she's got a knife in the cake. I don't feel like in this instance, I don't feel like Alice wants to share those finances with someone, because I feel like they're like somebody's there, like those clams, like somebody's there, pulling on her and saying, I want you to share your clams. I want you to share your money. And again, clams is just another way of saying money. If you don't know that, the slangs have been around for a long time, guys, a long, long time. And so that's another way of saying money, smackaroo, blah, 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 clams. You got the Tower card. What the heck? You've got 1, 2, now 3, 4 arcana, major arcana. Now, what the heck? The Tower came out the last time. Within the same day. You get the Tower card. You're going to start seeing, Libra Collective. Again, it's a general reading. That more and more your finances are starting to straighten out. Oh, here comes the past. 6 of Cups. Here comes the past. What does the past want, Spirit? To offer you one of their oysters. It's a page. We already talked about this in the reading that we did before this one. We, as a Libra Collective, do not want to, and again, I read the energy of the cards. So in the cards, it's going to be he or she, pardon me. But put yourself where you fit. If you're a he, then obviously I'm not saying that you are a princess. I'm just reading the energy of the card. So the energy of the card could be a masculine or feminine energy. That is it. But what I did say from this last reading is absolutely not from an ex. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We're not taking any page energy. Absolutely not. We're not taking you in your night energy. Absolutely not. You come as a king or don't come at all. Come as a king or don't come at all. Here's the sun, Humpty Dumpty. I don't know if you've ever heard the nursery rhyme. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Okay, so I've never understood. I've used this deck maybe a handful of times in the whole time I've owned it, which was back 20 2019, I think it was when I purchased it. And when I bought them, I mean, I just fell in love because look at the tin. It's so beautiful. Look at that. Humpty Dumpty. A little twiddly-dee, twiddly-dum. But yeah, so I've never understood that. But as you can see, he doesn't have a bad face on. I mean, he's not smirking or being ugly. It's just that I've never understood the two together because it's kind of like, what are you talking about? Humpty Dumpty being, the happiest card in the deck with the sun. But I guess they're using his face as the sun. So we're just going to excuse the fact that Humpty Dumpty is here, and we're just going to say Alice is staring at the sun. And the sun, we've already, expressed this earlier today, is the brightest card in the deck. And again, Major Arcana. So that's pretty cool. But what are we getting? What are we getting? I don't know why all of a sudden my allergies are kicking in. Please excuse me, but I feel really awkward to have to do this. But I'm going to. Because I just felt like really bad right there. Okay, anyway. So, the point I was trying to make is, what are we getting? Because right before the sun came out, we got a page card. Well, this page card, yeah, it's a start. But that all depends. Now, if it was a brand spanking new relationship, page is a good thing. But not from the past, because that's all they've brought to begin with. It's page energy, knight energy. For those that don't know tarot, the page is the lowest on the totem pole. If you imagine chess, a game of chess, it is like a pawn. Okay? Then you go to the knight, but knight is not a king. Will probably never be a king. So here we do start getting into the kings. Here's the King of Hats. What is that? This is the King of Cups. Getting somewhere. What do we want with him? What does he want with us? The Four of Hearts or Four of Cups, which is the Four of Hats in this deck, and then the Three of Wands. So I want to say, because it keeps coming back, it's like a theme that keeps repeating. The Three of Wands, that yeah, they do want to come near you. The Three of Hats, the Three of Cups, Temperance again, which showed in the last reading as well. If you guys have watched the last live readings, there's a repeat here. Hierophant again. Oh my goodness, why are these people coming out here? Oh, okay, that may be a turn for the worse. Here we have someone with the Hierophant. The Hierophant is something that we don't keep in hiding, that we want to express outwardly, like our love. But it comes in with the Five of Wands, which is not a good card. As you see, they're fighting. Like clubs, right? They're using the salt, the pepper grinds, right? The pepper melts. They're using them as weapons that they can hit each other with. Now, the Ace of Flamingos is the Ace of Swords, which is a promising new beginning, but it came in reverse. So it diminishes it a little bit, because that to me tells me this is someone who's in their, they're still standoffish, because when they're coming in, they don't want you to give them any lip. It's like, what the fuck? What do you mean you don't want me to give you any lip? What do you want me to do? Stand there comatose, to where you don't get anybody to talk to you? You just have somebody listen and then agree with you? Well, that's a one-way street there. That is a one-way direction of conversation. That is not productive. Okay? Queen of Hats. So now, interesting. Same thing happened to the other freaking video, so you gotta go watch it. You gotta watch it. I'm telling you. I'm going to say something. I'm going to go down on a limb right now. So first we have the King of Cups, King of Hats, and now we have the Queen of Hats, Queen of Hats, Queen of Cups. I'm going to say this to get it out in the open and then proceed. If any of you are dealing with the same sign person or someone who has a lot of Libra or an air sign in their chart, you could be meeting. When I say meeting, take in the whole sentence. You could be meeting with someone who has your same intellect, who has your same style of thought and speech, who has the same ability to articulate, and that also can be sometimes detrimental. Why? Because even if you love each other, if you have the same intellect, if you have the same ability to verbalize your side of the story, then it can turn into a tit for tat. Well, you said this. Well, I may have said that, but you said this. So it's a tit for tat, a tit for tat, a tit. If you're like me, and at this stage of my life, maturity wise and wisdom wise, I don't have time for you to figure out whether I'm a lover or a fighter, or whether this is a love story, or whether we're just gonna go to mattresses and knock the shit out of each other, because then you really are my enemy, and therefore you perceive me as being yours. So then how does that work out in a love story? It doesn't. So the only way it's going to work if two people are very similar, because let me tell you something, I'm not normally stubborn anymore. I was when I was a young adult, in my teens and, maybe 23-ish, but not anymore. However, if you're fighting me intellectually as a Libra, myself, knowing that you're wrong, you are not going to get me to back down. I'm going to say that again. Libras will not back down when they know they're right. So you could be having a dynamic, again, meeting with someone who you're very similar to, and you just do not realize how similar you are. But there's still only one person wrong. And let me go a step further because of what I'm seeing in the tarot today. Just because you can intellectualize and verbalize your side of things doesn't make you right. Did you hear that, cross watcher? Just saying. So there has to be, if two people are that similar in traits, personality, intellect, intelligence, etc., you got to step back if you really want a love story with that person, that is, and you've got to figure out between the two of you that there's got to be a give and a take. You can't always be right. They can't always be right. And even when you're right, I got to admit this myself, because I just realized something. I've been, for the sake of wanting to be with my twin flame all those years, I was stepping back from the fight and always letting him win. So you can't do that either. Because you have no boundaries. And then people start treating you like, well, you're always letting me win. What's the big deal this time? So there has to be a balance. Strike a balance. Okay, on with it. And so you will be making some clams this year. You have the Ace of Coins. You got the Ace of Wands too. You have some beautiful things coming, Libra. Very beautiful things coming. Oh my God. Now you got the King of Oysters coming. Look how fast. He's on the Knight of Swords. This is the Knight of Swords. He's on the Knight of Swords. He is riding on the skirts, as they say, of the Knight of Swords. So you have another king And that happened in the other reading too, that you have two kings. You have two possibilities of love. So again, just because we're seeing kings doesn't mean it's a man that's coming. That's the energy. Maybe if you're a male and you're dealing with, she's very strong. She could be strong-willed. She could be strong and independent. She could be strong and have her own business. She could be strong and want to work towards owning her own empire, whatever. And I know that with myself, I'm going to say this as just an example. For myself, for instance, for speaking for myself as a Libra, I'm the kind of Libra woman that I don't need a man. I can work. I can supply myself with my needs. But if I want a man, he better come with more than a wand. And if I was a Libra male, having the brain that I have, she would have to come with more than a peach. Because I don't need your vagina. I don't need your penis, because I can take care of myself. But if I want you in my life, that's because I really love you, and I really think that we could do great things together, and we could enjoy each other's company, and therefore have a great life together. you know have great adventures together. But I don't need a man. So here we have the Magician. Let's see what else is coming because the light is starting to fade. The Knight of Peppermills. So the Magician is saying there is a message here. What is the message? Very quick again. Very quick. 8 of Wands. Is it the Libra Collective or someone else who has to show strength? And again, Major Arcana. Here we have another Knight. Knight of Oysters, Knight of Coins. If he's a Knight of Coins, meaning the card is coming in way too damn slow. And here we have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords. Who's tired? Oh, they're tired of thinking. Stop thinking, damn it. Stop thinking and be a doer. Oh, here we go again. Gotta think it over. Gotta make a decision. Early on in my relationship with my twin flame, I kept telling him, and I don't know if he understood what I was trying to say, but I kept telling him, shit or get off the pot. Shit or get off the pot. Just do it already. Why do I say that? Here we go again. Oh, I'm going to claim that I'm hurt. I don't want to get hurt. But there is love. Oh, but I'm hurt. Oh, God. I'm going to say something in a minute. Let me just look at this. Judgment is, look, this is how fucked up this situation is. I'm going to rephrase that. This is how fucked up this King of Swords has been making this situation as a cross watcher. Two of Wands, indecision, crossroad. The Empress. Knight of Cups. Knowing that Empress makes him happy. Page of Hats wants to offer the love. Wants to run away from the love with the 8 of Cups. Knows they can be happy. 9 of Cups. Actually, 9 of Coins. I misspoke. 5 of Swords. Irritation. And you can see it in his face. Look at the irritation. Judgment is coming out, though. The Fool card comes out. Why? Because we're talking to someone that is so idiotic that if they just stopped and got out of their own way, this is what they really want with you, Libra Collective. That's what they've always wanted with you, and maybe didn't know how to verbalize it. Maybe didn't know how to express it because of fear, or because, well, now it's because they don't want to get hurt. Why? Because they know they fucked up and treated you all kinds of bad, and they don't want to have to own up to it. They don't want to. If they own up to it, they don't want to have to worry about, what if they reject me? Oh my God. And then I let it out. I said it. I do love you. I do want you. I have always wanted you. Oh, I can't say that because Because what if they don't say it back? Or what if they don't want me anymore? Or what if they're so angry that they decided they never wanted me in their life anymore? I mean, what if tomorrow the world ends? Literally, it's almost like a phobia, but it's an illogical phobia because, you know, we can talk ourselves out of everything. I talked myself. Yeah, I know what I look like now. 3 years ago, you know the picture, let me tell you what bad relationships do since I'm on that on that hike. 3 years ago, the photo that I have on my profile as a tarot reader, that was me 3 years ago. Bad relationships can do shitty things to you. Shitty things. I gained weight. I got a lot of depression. I don't even have my nails on. Hardly ever wear makeup. My hair and stuff is hardly ever done. I'm overworked, underpaid. I could go on and on. But bad relationships cause a lot of stress on you and to your life. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is we need to live life like the world is ending. And if you have a good person in front of you that presents to you and you do have feelings, I'm not saying if you don't have feelings that you have to take that person. I'm not saying that in any way, shape, or form. So please, nobody twist my words. What I am saying is, if you are available to love, or even if you're not available to love, but you find that you met someone and you click so well that they make you happy and you make them happy, why not take the chance? Instead of, and I told this person, which is my cross watcher, I told him the last time that I saw him face to face, I sat him down because he wanted to walk right out the door as soon as he came in. Why? Because he doesn't like to hear the truth. I sat him down and I told him, look, here's the thing. From where I stand, all we're doing is you're coming back, you're leaving. You threaten never to come back, you're leaving. I threaten never to come back, I come back to you. We're just coming back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So then, in my common sense, my logic, I told him, why don't we just hash this out? Why don't we just figure this out so there's no back and forth and we can just grow from here? Did you hear what I said? So we can just grow from here. Because isn't that the whole end game? If you're that interested in somebody that you keep coming in and coming out, obviously you have interest in that person. Obviously you have feelings for that person of some sort. So all I wanted from him was to sit down with me and talk to me and figure out what all this is and what it means for us as a couple and grow from there so that we don't have to be feeling shy or awkward each time we come back. No, because we're going somewhere. We're growing along the way and we learn about each other and become more and more friends and more familiar, and our love just keeps growing. But no, instead of doing that, he decides to go backwards. You know, that 2 steps forward and 1 step back. That's all he's been doing for 3 years. So I'm here and I hear you, Libra Collective. So I say all that to say, through all my readings, again, if you've done a lot of healing, which I've done all by myself, but that's how much I love myself. Oh, that's what I wanted to say, is that no one is telling you to take the cross watcher back. Nobody's even telling you to talk to the cross watcher. If you feel in your heart of hearts like, hey man, it took me a lot, I healed, I don't see the reason, I don't see a cause, I don't see this being as a good idea, I think let's leave well enough alone and you keep your distance and I'll just keep doing my life, then that's up to you. What? Oh, this is something I wanted to bring up in this reading. So the first thing is that they wanted to tell you, Libra Collective, I apologize. Instead of using a pad, I ripped a page out and I wrote on it. what I want you to take away from this reading today is this is a fact. Don't hate me. I'm just the messenger. So the oracle is only telling you what Spirit is telling me to tell you. This is what Spirit is asking. What did the cross watcher come into your life to do? Pardon me. So in my life, and I think somewhat in yours, without going too far into your life, because every life is different, and I am not doing a one-to-one reading with you. For me, the cross watcher came, my cross watcher came to show me I'm stronger than I thought I was. I'm wiser than I thought I was. I'm more mature now than I've ever been. And I'm more directed and driven than I've ever been. And I didn't know how to say no. My boundaries before he came into my life 3 years ago were so weak that they may as well not even have existed. So he taught me to have boundaries and to enforce those boundaries. And yes, the saying as the saying goes, it's better late than never. Okay, then so be it. If that's what anybody, that knows me on a personal would say, oh, wow, now you have boundaries. You know what? It's better late than never. Because from here forward, I know that people aren't going to come into my life simply to hurt me, and they won't be able to get close enough to simply come in to hurt me, because I smell you from a mile away. I already know your MO. I already know what it's going to end up like most likely. So what am I saying is that now, with having this wisdom, having this extra knowledge, and standing back and looking at everything almost from a third person view, I'm able to know in my heart of hearts that I'm not missing out on anything if you're not willing to change. I'm not missing out on anything. And then also that I cannot mourn, and I should not mourn, something I never had. So if that person never fully gave themselves to me, I never had anything to lose. So that's what's helped me to grow. That's what's helped me to heal faster. Because this has been the only time that when we separated, that I haven't cried one tear. I haven't mourned. I haven't, I'm like, I even sit there and I know I look insane. And I've been like, no, nothing comes out. Nothing comes out. And I think that's a good thing, because that's when you know you're healed. And it doesn't matter what they come back with, bullshit. They come back with, you won't buy that. You're not hungry. You're not thirsty for it. And yeah, it doesn't affect you anymore. It doesn't affect you. Doesn't affect you. So mine helped me grow. In a nutshell, mine helped me grow. I needed that growth. I needed to grow stronger. And I needed to find my superpower. And that superpower was boundaries. Okay? So you might be the same. Maybe the reason they keep hurting you, I'm not saying you're guilty. I'm just saying your boundaries may be weak like mine were. And because of that, it's a different face and the same kind of person. Different face, same kind of person through the years. Different face, same kind of person. Again, I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not an MD. I just know what I know. I just experienced what I experienced, and I'm just, rolling it out, presenting it to you. I'm gifting it to you, and you can say, Victoria Violet, you can keep your gift. And I'm like, okay, sister, brother, I'm good. I'm just saying, you might have weak boundaries like I did, and that's why things are happening, because sometimes we get so excited about the prospect of being in love and being loved that we're not really looking to see where it's coming from. And then they show us these little things here and there, red flags, and we're like, oh, I didn't see that. Yeah, didn't you see it right there? No, I didn't see it. No. Nope, I didn't see it. They're just great. Yeah, I didn't see it. Million come flying at you like damn arrows on fire. Nope. They're just terrific. So again, sometimes as Libras, and if you're an empath like me, you just love too hard. I don't know how to love halfway. So I have learned from him, he's taught me to that it's okay not to love halfway, but it's also okay not to give the love. Does that make sense to you guys? It's okay to withhold the love until you see what they're worth, what they're about. How do they value you? Right? Do they value you? Or are you devalued every time you come near them because they don't have anything good to say to you? They don't have anything that they see of value within you. They don't see value in you if they're not choosing you. Stop and think about it. So again, boundaries matter. Boundaries matter. So yes, I can still love that way in the future when I meet somebody great that meets me at the same place I am, meaning, oh, I love you. Oh, I love you. I think I want to spend some time with you. Oh, that's awesome because I think I'd like to spend time with you. You get it. I'm being cheesy, but you get it. So again, that is what Spirit is telling me. Libra. I'm like, what, God? Yeah. Taught you something, didn't he? And I'm like, yeah, the fucker taught me something, God. He taught me not to love. No. That's not what he taught you. He taught you to have boundaries. Just like he had boundaries. Don't get close. Oh, nope. I don't want anything with you. Oh, nope. Don't sneak that feeling in. Then he also taught you that your boundaries needed to be in place. Like, oh, he taught me to be stronger. And so that's okay. That makes me happy. Let me tell you why it makes me happy, Libras. Because that means I had a parting gift. I didn't go away empty-handed. Have you ever had, the opportunity to watch a show, one of those shows, and they're like, for $1,000, answer blah, blah, blah. Who was the artist, that lost his ear? And you're like, oh, that's Van Gogh. And they're like, okay, you get it. Okay. But then you lose the game. And then you're like, okay, but at least I have $1,000. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I walked away with something of value. I didn't completely lose out. So take it that way. If you don't decide to go back to them, if you don't decide to give them another chance, that's okay. Take your parting gift, which is your wisdom, which is priceless. And get some boundaries, my loves. Get some boundaries. I love you guys. This was perfect. It's the first time this week that I've ended work at a appropriate time where you could still, have the daylight, which I love to have. And oh my gosh, in about 3 months, it's going to get dark 30 at around 4 o'clock. So I won't be able to do this. But hopefully I will have a place of my own to have my studio up and running again, to where I don't have to do this in the car and all. But it's fun, and I'm rolling with the punches, and I'm hoping that no matter where I decide to present my videos and my tarot to you from, that you will enjoy it and get something out of it. Anyway, until tomorrow, have a wonderful night. Sleep well. Be blessed. Take care. Bye, guys.